Hello, Vortex. So I was thinking about something this morning in relation to stand-up comedy. I've mentioned this before in an earlier video about why women make better songwriters. Women are natural-born liars. They need to have some sort of out, some way of being able to tell themselves. It's really good for them to do this through poetry. Music is a form of poetry. Now, Amy Gross really sucks at music. I think I do. There are plenty of people that probably disagree with me because, you know, I make music, and I probably shouldn't say that about myself if I'm continuing to do it. But when I listen to really good music, I can't imagine myself ever being in that class, you know? I do music in a very sporadic, comedic way. I understand the purpose of it. Now, comedy is better for men because comedy is all about logic, okay? Looking at things and thinking about them further, which is something that a lot of people in society do not wish to do. But since women look at a situation and immediately paint themselves a victim, they're not going to be able to find the joke in the situation. Now, of course, there are exceptions to this rule. Yours truly is one of them, but that's because yours truly has tapped in to my masculine side. If men can tap into their feminine side, then they would probably be good songwriters because they're emotional. There's nothing wrong with the man being emotional, just like there's nothing wrong with the woman being logical. This is a beautiful thing when these worlds can combine. But it's very rare. I didn't do stand-up until I turned 30 because I had to accept the fact that I was the exception to the rule and that I was never going to have a normal, conventional life, much to my family's dismay. A lot of people don't understand the way that I live my life and why I fight so hard. Any attempts to make me like everybody else. Sometimes I wish that I were more feminine and I could just be a housewife and raise a bunch of kids. That would be really cool, but that's not what I am. And though I definitely understand my emotions, I'm a very emotional person, but I look at my emotions logically. And that's something that a lot of women don't do. They don't have the capacity to do it. But right now, pretty much everyone in our society is being trained to look at things illogically, to automatically paint themselves a victim of this or that, all because they experience some sort of turmoil. Now, we obviously don't agree with this approach, but I can't fault people for going along with it because it's popular and it's being promoted by every major source. So I think that it takes a really strong person with a lot of character to rise up and challenge the status quo. Instead of looking for every opportunity to feel sorry for oneself, if people instead look for every opportunity to twist that scenario, write a joke, write something that vindicates them. But instead they wallow in it, do they not?